Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bam Bam with No Limitation Rideshare. Welcome back. And this has been a kind of a hot topic lately, and I kind of have a few things to add on it. Taking more passengers than your vehicle can fit. Okay, number one, it's the law. You know, okay, so you get a $3, $4, $5, $10 fare, okay? If you get 100, down here in New Orleans, it's a $150 ticket. And all it takes is to drop off in an event where police are conducting traffic and, you know, one look in your vehicle and they see people on top of people, you're in trouble. You know, like, if you get away with it, then, you know, there's only going to be a certain amount of times you're going to get away with it before that money is going to go right back into a ticket. So that's the first reason why I wouldn't do it. Second reason is, you know, there's a lot of complaining about people not making money doing a gig like this. And like, if you're taking 5 people in a 4-top car or 7 people in a 6-top vehicle, instead of calling 2 vehicles that'll keep us all busier out here, you know, then, I mean, you got to think about that too. You got to look out for your fellow, you know, partners out here on the road. They're calling 2 vehicles, and you know when this happens a lot, you need to be aware of this, is when it's high surge and they don't want to pay for 2 vehicles. So it's also screwing your fellow drivers. So that's another reason why I wouldn't do it. Another reason is, if say for example, all it takes is someone to hit you, you know, like if somebody hits you, which I saw somebody clearly drunk on the road last night, didn't even have their headlights on, which not having your headlights on is the number one sign that you have been drinking and driving. Is that you are drinking and driving. I saw somebody hit the side, and it happened about a quarter mile up, and it took no time at all for me to get up there and see this person kind of swerve, and you know, they just kept driving. So you know, if that person was in this lane right here and they swerved and hit me, and I have this, the Journey can seat 6, my Corolla can seat 4, so if I had 5 or 7 people and they didn't have seatbelts and they hit me and I flipped the car, do you want that responsibility? You know, so you really got to think about it from a safety. Like, we need to look out for these passengers even if they don't care about their own safety. So that's you know, there's so many big reasons why not to do it. You know, if Uber and Lyft, you know, if we get into an accident and we have more passengers that can fit, we're in trouble. I do this full time. I'm not trying to get deactivated. So, so there you go. There's another one. As for getting pulled over, I mean, you can have like a brake light out and not know it, and a cop might be pulling you over for, you know, just a fix-it ticket. And they look in and they see all these people in here, you know. Now you just got yourself a ticket. I don't know. I know New Orleans, it's 150. I don't know about when I drive in Chicago, but they're so strict in Chicago that you don't use your turn signal, you're potentially getting a ticket. Out here, nobody. I mean, I signal, but you know, a lot of people don't. I'd say upwards of 80% of people out here don't signal. So, you know, all it takes is just any little thing, and it's just not worth it. Like, you're driving safe, and I trust that if you're doing this full time, that you're paying attention on the road and you're doing this, but what about the other drivers, you know, that aren't paying attention? Or texting. I see that's another one. I swear to God, I'm about to fucking record them and be like, yo, check out my channel, you're going on the internet, you know, because I see it way too frequently, where people are texting, they're on their phone, or, you know, they're drunk or impaired in some kind of way. So, yeah, and then there's the unpredictability factors, right? A tire flies off, you know, and a car swerves and hits you, or the tire comes and hits your wind. Now you're part of an accident. Now you have to stop because you're not going to get any kind of insurance coverage if you keep going, right? You keep going, you don't get caught, you're stuck with paying everything out of pocket. So, yeah, I guess this has kind of been a hot topic. Look out for your fellow drivers. Tell them to call another vehicle, because that'll keep us... Oh, sorry guys, these roads are bad, man. It's like driving on the moon. But yeah, I mean, have them call another vehicle. We're all out here. There's plenty of vehicles, you know. There's enough vehicles out here for everyone. Uber's not running out of vehicles anytime soon. So, definitely that as well. Let me think, because covered. And then as for, okay, so Trax, he posted a couple of different ways to get out of it. You know, not everyone is automatically guilty. I've definitely pulled up to 5 people when there was, you know, before there was 4 people, but they got in an XL vehicle. They just didn't know any better. They didn't know any better because they called an X, and then they got an XL, and then the driver didn't say anything, so 5 people got in. It was no problem. But, you know, 5 people called an X, and, you know, I had these riders that they just didn't know any better, you know? So, I mean, you don't always know what's going on in people's heads. And I have had a ride where, you know, one time I had like 3 XLs in one day that, like, they're trying to stuff. This is not a clown car, you know, trying to stuff people in here. And then finally I got an XL of students, and I said, thank you guys for not, you know, for only having 6. Thank you. And they were like, well, you know, other drivers are getting more, you know, strict about it, so we just stopped doing it altogether. I'm like, thank you. That's exactly, you know, that's exactly what we want out here. But it's all a process, and it's going to take us a minute to get there and get other drivers on board with this. But I say don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care if it's 7, you know, I don't care if it's 7 celebrities, you know, then that's even worse. I'm responsible for all their lives, you know. And if they tell you, oh, we're not going far, that's even worse. You want me to do it for minimum fare? Break the law for minimum fare? Or if I hear the words, we'll give you a big tip, I'm looking at that cancel button. That's exactly what I'm looking at. I'm looking at any way to get out of this. Because people get angry sometimes. Sometimes people get angry when you tell them that, hey, this is for your safety. So I try to get out of it. If they're cool enough, I'll tell them, hey, look, I'll cancel it so you don't get charged and drive off. Otherwise, I'm trying to wait so that I can cancel, or I'm going to make them cancel. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. But sometimes people are innocent, they don't know any better. So that's up to us to enforce it. These are our vehicles. Drive smart. Don't break the law, guys. And I think I covered everything. Yeah, I have another video somewhere way back in my library where I was like, stop doing it, you know. But this has been a hot topic recently, and as I've grown as a driver and a YouTuber, this one I definitely took more of a pragmatic and rational approach to. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.